The world rotates and people travel to and fro. One of the things we often wrestle with is recognition. Does anybody see me? Does anybody understand what I'm going through? Does anybody even care? Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. You are the apple of God's eye. Your value does not change based on the bad things you've done or the bad situation you find yourself in. No matter what you're facing, change your outlook from the doubt of what if to the faith of even if. Jesus knows, cares, and loves you, and has a plan for your life. And although we are leaking vessels, just as there is no difference in value from a clean cash note to a tired, worn, and dirty cash note, there is no difference in your value in God's eyes. We often find ourselves busy, working hard, trying to set the tone for our week, month, or year, and believing for a positive outcome. But through it all, we hope that someone will recognize us. Sometimes talking to the wrong person is what decreases your worth and value. Several years ago, a police officer in New York was called to the attention of a Brooklyn bridge as reports started swirling in of a potential suicidal jumper off the bridge. When the officer arrived on scene, he stood a few feet away from a man who was on the edge of the side of a bridge ready to jump. He pleaded with the man not to jump and said to him, "Let me tell you my story first and you will see why you shouldn't jump." The man agreed and allowed the police officer to tell his story. When the officer finished, it was the man's turn to tell his story. And once the man finished telling his story, both the suicidal man and the police officer jumped off the bridge to their deaths. The question is, what was said to the officer that was so convincing that led him to jump to his own death? Ships don't sink because of water around it. Ships only sink when water gets into it. Don't let the troubled waters of life get into you. No matter what you're going through, call out to Jesus. He values you. He knows you. He recognizes you and has a purpose for you. Even all who call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. You can enter into his sanctuary, find purpose, hope, and breakthrough through a relationship with Jesus Christ. He will recognize you. He will change your life. And when it's all over, you'll have that peace in your heart that the world can never take away.